away we go with the first pitch of the ball game tonight under the lights at Camelback Ranch. Ryder Ryan delivers it to Cameron Meisner. Meisner, the designated hitter for the Royals, as the Dodgers and Royals were very anxious to start this one and got it started a little early.
Well, yesterday he was 4 minutes late in Goodyear.
Oh, so far for Ryan, 0-1 in terms of the decisions. The decisions in terms of wins and losses don't mean a lot in spring training because they're determined differently than they are in the regular season. The regular season, you've got to go 5 innings as a starter to qualify for a decision. But Ryder delivers this one. It's a line shot to left, and running over to get it, Teoscar Hernandez. Ball in the lights, but he still hangs on, and there's one away.
To do it with the offense. The offense was disappointing. Their pitching, especially in the starting rotation, they figured that's going to be fine.
They finished just 2 games over 500 last year, finished 3rd in their division, and the runner picked off as Lofton is going to be tagged out by Mookie Betts. 2 down. 3-1. A little bit low. Ball 4, and Collins is aboard. So back-to-back walks for Ryan. He is one of the players that the Royals have here that should be on the major league roster. Runner goes, and he's out. Good throw. Dalton rushing. Mookie snapped the tag down on him. Collins caught stealing. Half inning done. Dodgers coming to bat when we return to Camelback Ranch. Miguel Rojas leads off for the Dodgers, playing third base tonight. Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, Teoscar Hernandez, Dalton rushing. Just got down a runner. Also, Alex Freeland, Nick Senzel, DH. James Tibbs in the lineup tonight, along with Michael Ciani. Mitch Spence came over from the A's organization. And the right-hander into the line. The first pitch to Rojas. It's grounded toward the middle and through for a base hit. And now the 1-1. And there goes Rojas for second base. Big jump, and he's in there easily.
There's not a chance.
Very, very good health-wise. And he lines it to left for a base hit. Rojas is going to be sent home by Scott Hennessy, and he will score standing up, and Freeman drives in the game's first run. 1-0 Dodgers.
And for younger players, when you look at Freeman on a replay of this swing, look at the fact 2 strikes. He's actually choking up on the bat a little bit. Gets a breaking ball, had a lot of hang time on that pitch. And Freeman, that left side of the infield is open, takes advantage of it.
Freeman at first. Nobody out here against the Diamondbacks at Dodger Stadium. This one's belted to the left center field gap and deep. It is going to bounce and go off the wall. Freeman's going to come around third. Freddie will score, and Mookie drives him in with a double. It is 2-0.
And the open talked about the fearsome threesome.
0-2. That's to right field and down the line, fair. Mookie will come around third, around first, and into second is Teoscar with an RBI double. 3-0 Dodgers. And still nobody out in the bottom of the first.
On the open, again, we referred to it, I did, as the fearsome threesome. It should have been the quartet. And with 2 strikes going the opposite way.
I think we mentioned this yesterday afternoon. It's going to be a lot of fun when the entire. And that one lined right to short. Connor Kaiser hauls it in. That'll be the second out.
I was about to say, is it on your
tell? And a ground ball up the middle. Backhanded by Massey, the second baseman. Good play by him, and he throws out Senzel. Dodgers get 3 runs on 4 hits. They leave a man. Go to the second inning. Dodgers 3, Royals 0. Opening week with your back-to-back world champion Dodgers, presented by Bank of America, coming March 26th. Check out exciting matchups, giveaways, special events, and much more. Dodgers.com/promotions for more information. There is Hector Neris. He is a veteran, to say the least, 36-year-old right-hander. Last year with 3 different teams, the Braves, the Angels, and the Astros. He was with the Phillies for a long time, also has pitched for the Cubs. And now in his first season with the Royals, he's actually a non-roster invite. Facing Nick Senzel. Senzel bounced out to the second baseman Michael Massey in the first inning. Pitch from Neris. Well, bouncer over his head, slowly hit, but Massey behind the bag will throw him out. Some friendly ribbing from Freeland. This ball's well hit, deep to the right center field gap. That's going to bounce and go off the wall. And Tibbs will stop with a 1-out double. And of course, the Dodgers' standards pretty high, as Ciani will take a walk.
Well, the standards are high because the expectations are high, not just with the ball club, the organization, the city, no question.
Miggy swings and he loops one into shallow right field. That is going to be down for a hit. He's 3 for 3. Tibbs will get held at third. And the bases are full of Dodgers with 1 man out.
That hit hard, didn't have to be. Of at-bats and opportunities. Get dressed and go home.
And Freddie cracks one toward right field. That's going to be in for a hit. Tibbs scores. Now a head first slide by Ciani. 2 runs come in on a ground ball base hit to the right side. 5-0 Dodgers.
And another first pitch. Of course, there's nothing new. If you look at Freddie Freeman coming to bat with runners, go do it right now.
0-2. And Mookie hits it up in the air to right. Coming in and over is Gavin Cross, near the line, makes the catch for the second out of the Dodger fourth. To right field, another hit for Teoscar. He's 3 for 3. Ward rumbling around third. He will score. 6-0.
And the hits keep on coming. 9 for 12 tonight.
Is that any good? A little ground ball to first. And
Golden.
Lofton will step on the bag, and Rushing gets tripped and falls over. He looks to be okay. But that'll be the end of the inning, and we'll go to the 5th. The Dodgers add 3 more. 6-0 LA. Barry Hairston Jr. will take you through the game. Kirsten will have post-game interviews as well. You'll hear the comments of the skipper, Dave Roberts, and plenty more. That's on Access Sportsnet. Dodgers right after the game. Steven Cruz, big right-hander, takes over and faces Griffin Lockwood Powell, who's catching for the Dodgers. Backing up Dalton Rushing tonight. Bunch of defensive changes for Kansas City. Griffin Lockwood Powell play not only catcher but first base. Pretty versatile guy. 0-2 pitch. Fouled away. Cruz, 26-year-old, out of Tenares in the Dominican Republic. Last 3 seasons with Kansas City. Originally signed by the Twins organization as an international free agent as a teenager. And he got to Kansas City because somebody needed an outfielder. So the Royals traded Michael A. Taylor to the Twins. The Twins needed Taylor out there. And they got left-hander Evan Sisk and Steven Cruz in the deal. Lockwood Powell out on strikes. And there's 1 away for the Dodgers in the home half of the 8th.
Cruz really stood out too, Tim, was the strikeouts on fastballs away. He didn't challenge a lot of hitters inside, but he had success going away from him.
Kendall George, the center fielder, the speedster. Talked to Kendall today about stealing bases, getting leads, reading pitchers, different things like that. What, who's helped him in the organization. Of course, he's talked to Dave Roberts. Dave was a great base runner in his day. And he mentioned, one other player who's helped him a lot too, and that's Daniel Nava, who used to be the manager in Great Lakes in 2023, but Daniel is in player development right now, and he said he's helped him a lot. And I said, hey, you know the story about Daniel Nava, don't you? He said, what? I said, when Daniel Nava was called up to the major leagues, on the very first pitch he saw for the Boston Red Sox, he hit a grand slam. 3-1 pitch, a called strike. And it was the Hall of Fame radio announcer Joe Castiglione who had told Daniel, he introduced himself to him before the game, and he told him, swing at the first pitch, kid, you'll never get another one. And he did, and he hit a grand slam. Well, Kendall is impressed with that, and we'll see if we see Kendall run here. 6-0 in the 8th, maybe not, but stole 100 bases last year, and he's looking for 100 more this year.
Well, for George, one thing about it, he's flashing some shoes.
Well, he's got the electric shoes to match the electric speed. Where do the batteries go in those?
Well, you may have to plug them in at night.
Oh, those are rechargeables. Takes a USB-C cord. Ryan Ward fouls it away. So far this spring, Kendall is 3 for 3 in stolen base attempts. And Ward down on strikes. But when you're going to steal bases, again against the right-hander, we talked about it. So, say you're at second base, you got a left-handed pitcher up. Can you get a bigger lead? You get a different read there. But at first base, what are you looking for? You're looking at the heel. What constitutes the first movement? And he said he's always going on first movement, but some pitchers he might read differently than others.
Well, some of them have a better tell than others. In other words, the other part too is they have a balk move.
Well, Miller takes a strike.
And Cruz does not take a whole lot of time. He's right around that magical 1.3 seconds to get the ball to his catcher once you come out of the set position.
Miller hammers this one deep to right field, and on the warning track it is caught by Tyler Gentry. Ballpark held it. On to the 9th inning, 3 outs to get. Dodgers up 6-0. Tomorrow night back under the lights. The Colorado Rockies come over from Scottsdale Sunday afternoon against the Athletics in Mesa, then over in Maryville Monday against the Brewers. Diamondbacks on Tuesday. All here on Sportsnet LA. Tomorrow on AM 570. Wyatt Mills now takes over to try to get 3 outs in the top of the 9th inning. Mills delivers, and Connor Scott at the plate with a 1-1 count. .213 in Double-A. And a ground ball to first, and knocked down by Ward. Try to get him at first base, but too late. The throw pulled Mills off the bag. Jen Powell, the umpire at first base, making the call.
Well, that ball, that took a vicious hop. Backed up nicely by Fitzgerald. It came over, but just not in time.
Well, 1 on and nobody out. Justin Johnson, the hitter, getting a plate appearance for Kansas City. Pitch outside. I mentioned Jen Powell, the first base umpire. First female umpire to work in the major leagues and getting much more time here in the Cactus League.
She was quite a softball player as well. Went to Hofstra on a scholarship, athletic scholarship. Catcher. Began to umpire and eventually went with the baseball development program, but the umpires accepted.
Popped up back behind the plate. Lockwood Powell throws the mask, catches the baseball. 1 out.
For the Royals, it's been a long night. They have had a runner reach second base once. That was back in the 3rd inning.
Well, Mills facing Rudy Martin, the center fielder. Pitch outside, and Mills out of Gonzaga. One out to Martin. What do you make of that low 3/4, almost sidearm delivery?
There's going to be some movement on the pitches if you're the hitter. And left-handed, that ball most of the time is going to be going away, and then there's that back foot slider that'll just keep coming and coming and coming.
There's the slider.
Yeah,
right there. 3-0. Mills, 31-year-old right-hander. Had been with the Mariners. He also been with the Royals in 2022.
Yeah, that's the pitcher talking about going away for the Royals after that walk. Had their second man to reach as far as second base tonight.
First and second, 1 man out. If you're the optimist, you'll say, well, the double play is still in order here.
Well, the double play is on order right here too.
Catcher Ramon Martinez, Ramirez rather, beg your pardon.
Double play, game over.
$11,346 here tonight. It's another sellout crowd at Camelback Ranch. They're packing him in here. Great weekend to be here too. You've got the beautiful weather for these night games tonight and tomorrow night. There comes the 1-1 pitch. That's outside. So Sunday, you and I will be going through our annual first day game after the night game routine.
Yeah. It's always tough. Day game after night game.
It's just brutal, isn't it?
Just not fair.
No. 2-1. You know, it's like you're being forced to go to the ballpark or something, right?
Yeah, kicking and screaming the entire way.
I don't know why people make a big deal out of that. Day game after a night game, so what?
Well, it's a way for some managers to say, well, we're going to give him a rest. You know, a player here, player there.
3-2 to Ramirez.
And if you've got a long game in that night game, yeah, it's tough to come back that next day game, especially when things start to warm up. You know, July, August.
Yeah. That's what you sign up for. and sleep the next day. 3-2. Fouled away. We'll say this, since the new extra innings rule has come into play, there have been a lot of games that probably would have gone 15, 16, 18 innings and really chewed up some pitching staffs that we're not seeing anymore, and that makes those day games after those a little bit more bearable. Well, he's tied up with a good slider, and Mills strikes out Ramirez, and the Royals down to their last out.
Well, this pitch starts inside. Even the back foot by Ramirez during the swing moving.
Tyler Gentry, the right fielder, and he will look at a strike. As Mills continues to pitch more, he becomes a more interesting reliever to watch. Again, another strike with that good slider.
It's a different variety, and obviously the arm angle is a lot different. And it's not like you're sending one pitcher after another pitcher after another pitcher that look very similar to one another.
Here's the 0-2 to Gentry. Struck him out. And the Dodgers have their second shutout of spring training with a 6-0 blanking of the Kansas City Royals here tonight. The pitching was very, very good. The hitting was very good. Everything fell into place tonight for the Dodgers as they go to 10-4 in Cactus League play, and the Royals now go to 5-5. Final score: Dodgers 6 and the Royals nothing. Make sure to join us tomorrow on SNLA and AM 570 when the Dodgers face the Rockies. We're on the air pregame at 4:30 Pacific time on TV and radio. Now stay tuned for Access Sportsnet Dodgers coming up. For Rick Monday, Kirsten Watson, I'm Tim Never. Have a good night, everybody.